Earlier in February, the 2020 political crisis happened in Malaysia following Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamed's resignation as the Prime Minister of Malaysia. Following Tun's resignation, Bersatu's President Tan Sri Muhyiddin Yassin announced that the party is no longer a part of the Pakatan Harapan coalition. On February 29, a new coalition known as the Perikatan Nasional was established. It consists of Bersatu, UMNO, PAS, GPS and Azmin's bloc. Muhyiddin Yassin was then appointed as the 8th Prime Minister of Malaysia to lead the new Perikatan Nasional government. In less than a month after Perikatan becomes the government, the country was hit by the COVID-19 pandemic. As a countermeasure, the government enacted the Movement Control Order or MCO on March 18. Due to the order, it can be seen that the media shifted its focus on COVID-19 instead of the political change in the country. Subsequently, the people also shifted their attention on the health concern instead of the new Perikatan government. The public concern over the nation's economy amidst the pandemic grew even bigger when the MCO was enacted. Only businesses selling essential goods were allowed to operate, subsequently disrupting the economic activity in the country. In return, the Perikatan government unveiled the Prihatin Rakyat economic stimulus package to ease the burden of the people. It was reported to worth RM250 billion in total, being a comprehensive package for Malaysians. Then Muhyiddin was seen as a down-to-earth leader for his method in explaining Prihatin Rakyat using the Makcik Kyah example. The Makcik Kyah sample became trending on social media. Some netizens poked fun at it, but generally it received positive feedbacks. However, the Makcik Kyah trend was short-lived following the announcement of Prihatin Tambahan on April 6. It can be observed that the media shifted towards business entities when describing or explaining the economic stimulus package. Under the Prihatin Tambahan, the Perikatan government allocated an additional RM10 billion for the small and medium-sized enterprises or SMEs. According to the top issue, the mainstream media has framed the second announcement of the Prihatin Rakyat positively by including news on how the economic stimulus would help SMEs and micro-businesses. Highlights of Prihatin Tambahan includes salary subsidies, grant allocation for micro-enterprises, and waivers or discounts for rentals to SMEs in the retail sector. On the other hand, Health Director General Datuk Sri Nur Hisham Abdullah was seen to be active in addressing on the COVID-19 crisis by providing daily updates to the people. In April, he gave out over 16,000 statements on COVID-19. Similar trend was seen for Senior Minister Security Cluster Datuk Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, who focused on the MCO execution. Both of them were seen to be influences in combating the pandemic in Malaysia. Then, on the 1st of May, Muhyiddin made the sudden announcement that the MCO would proceed to its next phase, known as the Conditional Movement Control Order or CMCO, which would allow more sectors to operate. Initially, the move was not well received by the public as it was too sudden. It was announced that the CMCO would be enacted on the 4th of May. Meanwhile, politics in the country were also showing some much-awaited development. During this time, the main highlight on politics were on the parliamentary sitting scheduled to take place on May 18. 10 days prior, the Malaysian Parliament allowed a vote of no confidence against Muhyiddin Yassin, set by his predecessor Mahathir Mohamad, stating that the motion was in accordance to regulations. However, the motion was postponed and subsequently paved way for the King's speech to focus on the COVID-19 pandemic. Muhyiddin also made his address on the COVID-19 crisis as the Prime Minister. On June 5, the Malaysian government unveiled the National Economic Recovery Plan or PENJANA as the nation proceeds with the Recovery Movement Control Order or RMCO to combat the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. Under RMCO, sectors that were previously closed were allowed to open starting June 10, and this includes barbershops, morning and night markets, and sports and recreational activities. For the PENJANA package, it was reported to worth RM35 billion in total, which provide financial aid for unemployed Malaysians and offer discount rate for public transportation. Those were the initiatives implemented by the Perikatan National Government in its first 100 days. As observed, most of these initiatives focus on combating the COVID-19 pandemic. For the nation's economy, billions of ringgit has been allocated by the government to cushion the impact of the crisis.